Hey everybody, welcome Saturday night here. This is my actual first live stream, so welcome. I can see I've got a couple people in the chat right now, Chris Jenkins and Sugar Kitty. I've done a few private chats in the past for my Patreons, done some giveaways on some private chats, but this is my first actual public live chat, so definitely going to be working out some bugs, working out the kinks out, and figuring out how I'm going to run this thing. So appreciate any feedback you can give me. I went on a little later tonight than I expected. I plan on going live on Saturdays, probably earlier in the day. I was thinking more like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Life gets in the way, though. I didn't get on until 7 tonight. Along the same lines, I've been talking about going live for 3 years, and I never have gone live yet until now. So once again, life just kept getting in the way. I just figured I got to bite the bullet and do it. So, but yeah, let me know. Make sure sounds okay, video sounds okay. You see anything out of the ordinary, let me know. Got my camera, got a couple of video screens. Got to figure out how to get my placement so my eyes are in the right place and don't look like they're going off in weird places. So like I said, let me know any feedback I can get. I probably will only be doing one Saturday a month to start with. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to settle in on the first Saturday or the second Saturday of each month. This is the second Saturday of July, 2025. So this is my first one. So maybe I'll start doing second Saturday of the month. May change that to first Saturday. I'll figure that out as I go. Don't plan on going live for very long either. So, an hour to start with, no more than an hour to start with. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, I called this live sipping samples on Saturday. So I've got a box full of samples that people have sent me over the last few years. Some samples I've drank. Some I've saved away. So I would say I've saved more than I've drank. So it's gotten to the point where I've got to start drinking these things. One of my friends and Patreons, Eric Mays, he calls them little treasures. So that's what they are. It's like, they're little treasures, these little samples. So once you drink them, they're gone. So I've been saving them, but I got to drink them. So say hi to a few more people. I see David Bays has joined. Welcome, David. And let me see if I can get my highlighting stuff going on here. David Bays joined. Bourbon Spice has joined. And as I mentioned, Sugar Kitty was here, and Chris Jenkins here too. So all right, one more just popped in, California Scotty. So welcome. So yeah, so like I say, this is my first one. I'm actually going against the rules and doing this over Wi-Fi. So everybody always says don't ever stream over Wi-Fi. I want to be hardwired. So I think I saw some choppiness on my intro countdown there. It looked like it was stopping and starting. So I don't know if that was what that was, but I don't know if that went through or not. Figure that out later. Like I say, I hope this is smooth. Okay, I'll keep talking, but I'm going to pour some samples. These aren't samples, actually. I'm going to pour a flight right now. So I've got the 2023, 2024, and 2025 Evan Williams 1783 small batch American Hero editions. These come in at 90 proof. They've come out for years, but the 2023 really took off a couple years ago. Everybody thought it was awesome. They loved it. So everybody's snatching it up. Last year's was really good too. This year's has just come out. So, all right, Sugar Kitty, I see that. I see you see some low frame rate there. So yeah, I'll watch this back and hopefully learn some stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and pour these. I actually have not even opened the 2025. So let me get this open. And And I'm going to blind these while I'm talking tonight. But all right, get these poured. I got some stickers already made up here. Here's a 2025 sticker. Let's get these on here. But as I was saying, these are all a little more than that. These are all 90 proof. They're 1783 Evan Williams. It does say that the 2025 comes from Bernheim Warehouse I1. So they have these little booklets on here that tell you who the team was that picked them out. And these are all American heroes from the armed forces. So they're all people from the Navy, Air Force, Army, Marines. So what is that? 6 people in the pick team. So for each year. So all right, moving on to the 2024. Same sort of deal. It's got the pick team on there. Like I say, they're all from the armed forces. It even tells you whether they're. I think some of them are active duty, some of them are retired. It tells you, gives you their name. It gives you where they're serving, and just a little bit of info on them there. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of info. And make sure I put the sticker on that one. That was 2024. All right, who's that? David Bays there. Agreed with that, David. The hard to beat these. They even have 1.75 liter bottles of these, and those might be as low as $35, and even these bottles can be as low as $20. So the regular 750s. So all right. So I'm going to let these sit for a minute. Let me mix them up. I'm going to try to do this blind. Let me make sure I get my 2023 sticker on this last one. So I'm going to try to mix them up and not remember what's what. And I'm going to mix them up a few times and then keep talking, but try to do these blind. So, all right. All right. What else we got there? There's Independent Joe. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you. And and I was talking earlier before I poured these. My premise is going to be sipping samples on Saturday, so I've got all these samples. Joe has sent me some, so I've got some samples from Joe. And my goal here is I'd love to bring people on. I'm not going to do pub style live streams. Definitely will bring on guests. Definitely would like to bring people on and sip some samples that they've sent me. Maybe some samples that I've sent them, and just have people on as just guests and and whatnot. So it'll be more like having somebody over, having a friend over, or something to have for drinks or whatnot, not pub style. So, but yeah, so I've got some samples from Joe. There's a Top Dog. Cheers, Top Dog. Good to see you. And the chat's filling up. So I really didn't advertise anybody on this. Did I not click on that? Where'd my Top Dog go? Yeah, I thought I clicked on him. Maybe I didn't. And like I say, I got to get used to this whole setup. Got to get used to talking to the camera. Got to get used to looking at the screens, get my eyes in the right direction, and just keep things moving. I'm going to do this blind flight, here in a bit, and with these 3 1783 American Hero bottles, and then start pouring some samples. So anybody who sent me samples, if they're, I'm going to try to have preference over that. If they're on stream, if they're just in the chat, if they want to come on as a guest, I can have you on. I can pour one of your samples and sip it and whatnot. And if nobody's on stream that I hear, there's Eric Mays. Cheers, Eric. Good to see you. And if I've got some samples from Eric also. So anybody, if nobody's on stream that I have any samples of and whatnot, I'll just maybe pour some random samples each month or each whatnot. But like I say, I know people are just coming in, so they missed my whole spiel. I'm planning on doing this live stream 1 week a month, one Saturday a month. In the future, I might miss some here or there. You know, as I keep saying, life gets in the way sometimes, but that is my goal, is to do at least one a month, and maybe it'll pick up from there. Been talking about doing this for 3 years, and this is my very first public live stream. So, all right. Let me mix these up again, so I definitely won't know what's what. But Joe or Eric, I don't know if I have any samples from anybody else I see on stream. You know, if you all are interested in getting on, just, I don't have my phone on here. You know, shoot me a text or something, or put it in the chat. I can drop the link if you want to get on in a bit. I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. I'm already 15 minutes into it. So, all right, let's do it. Start with this first glass here and give it a quick nose. Yeah, it's a nice nose. These guys are 90 proof. You can definitely smell the rick house, which is one thing I love from a lot of Evan Williams products is that rick house smell I get from them. But there's some brown sugar in that too. So glass B. More of the same. Excuse me. I didn't say, I said 2025 came from Bernheim Warehouse I1. 2024 came from Cox's Creek Warehouse 3 and Heaven Hill Warehouse H1. So it came from, the barrels came from 2 different warehouses. And the 2023 edition came from Bernheim Bernheim E and J. So 2 different Bernheim warehouses, a Cox's Creek and a Heaven Hill warehouse, and then the newest one is from the Bernheim warehouse only. So, all right, B's, like I say, similar nose. I get the Rickhouse nose is a little fainter. It's a little spicier on the nose though, so I'm getting more. That's maybe a little brown sugar I had on A. You know, probably a little bit of some sort of a peppery type spice coming through. I wouldn't necessarily say pepper yet, actually, but some sort of spice coming through on the nose on that, and C on the nose. No worries, Joe. No worries. Like I say, I can just pull one of your samples and sip on it, or pull one of Eric's and sip on it. All right, glass C. More of the same. It may be more of a combo with the first 2, actually. The Rickhouse is muted, but there is some sweetness and a little spice there in the background. So just on the nose, all very similar. I don't know if any one of them stands out. Perhaps A, but we don't know. Yeah, I see, Top Dog, you said you got a, let's see, I'm not scrolling right on this thing. I saw you say you got a notification. That's awesome. I really didn't advertise this at all. I didn't tell anybody I was going live today. I just put the notice out 2 hours ago, and I told my wife this was going to be like a soft start. So I didn't expect a crowd here. Love everybody rolling in. There's There's Mark, Mr. Great Shot there. Awesome. And this was just going to be a learning experience, really. So I'm going to be repeating myself, I feel, because people have come in and they haven't heard those stories. I've done some private lives with my Patreons, done some giveaways with them, but this is my very first public live. So I've been talking about it for 3 years, and doing this as a trial here, see how it goes. Do this once a month. And all right, Glass A, cheers, guys. There's Dunny. Yeah, I got to get used to this highlighting scrolling chat over here. It's definitely odd to me, so it's not easy to do. So that's one thing I maybe have to play around with. But I was going to highlight you there, Dunny, but I can't get to you very easily. Found some smoke eye. Great. And I'm assuming you got the barrel proof or the cast strength one and all that. I think they have some non-cast strength stuff, but that Smoke Eye Hill cast strength is pretty nice. So, all right. Thanks, Dunny. I see that I'm buffering. Like I say, this is kind of a sample night for me, and I broke the first rule in live streaming, and I am going off Wi-Fi right now, so I didn't pull my cable across the floor here and go hardwired. So that's probably what's happening here. I'm probably buffering with the Wi-Fi. All right, nice sip on this one. I'm not getting the brown sugar sweetness that I detect on the nose on the taste. It's a cinnamon spice, a little oak there, medium mouthfeel, medium finish. So nice sip. Trying to keep up with the chat too. This is something I'm gonna have to get used to. I know I'm missing chat. I'm going to give up trying to highlight stuff for the moment, but all right, Great Shot. Our Top Dog poured some experimental. Sounds good. And cherry. All right, nice. There's Richie Z. Welcome, Richie. Good to see you. So obviously the notifications are working. So, or else people are just trolling their subscriptions and looking to see who's on and seeing that I'm on. Probably a shock. So, all right, give this Glass B a sip. All right. That one's a little spicier. I did detect a bread or yeast note in that that I did not detect in Glass A. It was faint, but that's never a totally off-putting note to me, but it's something that I don't love. The age on these, I don't know what 1783 is supposed to be normally. I'm assuming it's in that 5 to 6 year range. So sometimes that comes off on the younger ones, I believe. There you go, Sugar Kitty. So yeah, you got a notice too. So awesome. Everybody's been subbed to me is hit that notification and probably never got a notification before. This is the first one ever for my channel. So because this is my first live stream. So there's Troy from Baker Drinks. I think my chat over here is not in sync with my chat over there. Don't know. All right. The Troy's another person I've got some samples from, or Troy and Laura, I should say, Baker Drinks. So when it comes to sipping some samples, I could sip some samples from Troy. Or Eric or whoever. So this one's nice. Yeah, this one has some sweetness on it. It has some back end spice, cinnamon spice. It's lingering. It's got the medium mouthfeel to it. Even has a little bit of heat there on it. So just right off the bat, I'm going to say C is the best of what I sipped. But I'll sip them one more time. Let me keep talking though. Like I say, after I finish this flight, I'm going to pour some samples. Love to pour some samples for some people that are on stream that have sent me. Got several people on stream that have sent samples, so that's great. In the future, like I was been saying, I plan on going live once a month on Saturdays, first or second Saturday of the month, probably a little earlier than this in the day. Actually, I got later today than I planned on. And, hopefully I'll have plenty of samples to drink and share with people that are sending to me. So, but, anybody wants to send more samples, trade some samples, I mean, feel free to email me. Go to the description of the video. My email's there, prescriptionbourbon@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram or wherever. My Instagram's there, my Patreon's there. Everybody make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. Appreciate you. But yeah, trade some samples, or you just want to send me samples. You want to send me a blind flight. I mean, I can do some blind flights. That way I'd be tasting some stuff I don't know what I'm tasting and trying to figure it out. Those are always fun. Everybody likes watching those. Back on glass A. Best thing it has going for it is the mouthfeel and the spice. Who else did I just see pop in here? I saw somebody new. Bourbon and Balls. Awesome. Joey B. I apologize, everybody, for my video quality. I think the audio, I've done this before playing around. I think the audio stays true. It doesn't drop out, but the video may become choppy, may become pixelated. I'll obviously rewatch this myself and see what's going on. But I need to make some adjustments. But yeah, 3 years ago when I started talking about doing a live stream, I kept doing sample live streams, and I realized I didn't have good enough internet. So that's one that I'd say for the first year of that, starting 3 years ago, for a year, I kept trying doing some sample lives, and I just did not have enough internet power. All right, B, I think is better than A. A's got more spice, that's for sure. But yeah, so then probably sometime about a year and a half ago, I upgraded my internet. and I believe I have plenty of internet power now. My office up here where I record my videos and stuff is far, far away from my internet router, unfortunately. And so I had to upgrade my Wi-Fi. All right, there's Dunny saying audio was great. Keep double clicking, click and click again. No, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. And yeah, and I've done many test lives to myself, just private lives and tests and all. I think the audio holds true. It's the video is always the problem. I mean, I did have to play with my audio levels and all that sort of stuff, but I'm happy with my audio. But the video, I don't know why today I did not pull my internet cable across the house and plug in, because I think Wi-Fi is not something you want to do a stream on. Wow. No. I just got that bready, yeasty note on that one again. So no, A is above B. A is spicier, for sure. And I'm knocking B down a notch there. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all can hear me. I mean, if you're listening to this in the car as a podcast or something, that's great. You don't need to see me anyways. The video probably is weak. Glass C, Mark Eminecker. Awesome. See, you popped in here. See if I can find you here. Yeah, I'm not having much luck with my scroll wheel there. What did Mark say? Cheers, Dave. Caught 2 keepers. Oh, been fishing. Oh well. Still, like what's the saying goes? A bad day of fishing is still better than a good day at the office or something, right? So. All right. Top Dog says the video is okay. He says perfect. That's good. I'm absolutely sure there's been some points in it where it didn't stay perfect. So yeah, this Glass C, it is. I said on the nose, I think that it was kind of a combo of those two. I think it's true on the taste too. Other than that breadiness. Glass C, it wins out here. So, all right, let me get this flight done, and then I'll pick some samples somehow. Who's that says they like my Pink Floyd? Chris Jenkins. Yes, Chris, I love this shirt too. I've got a couple of these now. The first one I ever saw was from Rarebird 101, Dave Jennings. You can go to his site, go to rarebird101.com. His merch, you can buy one from him. He calls it Dark Side of the Glen. So that's the first one of these I ever got. Since then, several other people have these type shirts, so I've got a couple of them. But yeah, Dark Side of the Glen from Rarebird. Cool shirt, love it. That's the winner right there. All right, get done with these. So 2024, which was last year's, is my third place here. That's the one that I just caught some yeasty breadiness in it. Second place is 2023. Surprise, surprise. 2025 is my winner here, which I just cracked tonight. And brand new bottle. So as much hype as 2023 has, had, and I have 1.75 of this unopened and 2 unopened 750s. I kind of stocked up on 2023. Still, it is nice. It's delicious. But 2025 beats it out, though. This is the only bottle of 2024 I bought, and this is the only bottle of 2025 I bought so far. But after tonight, I may need to go get me some more 2025s to bunker away. That is nice. All right, cool. And just real quick, I know some people were here earlier. This will be a repeat, but each one of these were done by a pick team. It has a little card here on each one. Six people from the military. It gives you their stats. It tells you whether they're active, retired, but they're all Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. These are the American Hero Edition, and delicious stuff. So at least in the last few years, it's been delicious stuff. So, all right. So I think I can get that out of the way and go with some samples. I saw some more people pop in here. Roger Randall. There's Roger. What's Eric say here? Things are looking good. It's our first time, 2023. All right. Yep. Yeah, I think the 2025 is just hasn't even come out at some locations. So, Troy's, what's Troy saying here? 2023, pretty similar. All right. So y'all did this flight, this blind already too. I'll have to go. I don't even remember which one I gave the nose to. I think I gave the nose to 23, right? Because 25 won. My glass A, I think I gave the nose to. So I think I was exactly the same as you, Troy, if that's true. So Mark, he's got the 2023, both tasty. There you go. So yep. All right. So let me find how much time I got. I want to, like I say, I want to keep this less than an hour. It's 7:35, so I got 25 minutes. And I want to get off here no later than that. Eric Mays, I've got several, many actually samples from you. Joe's probably gone already. He was out. He wasn't at his computer. Joe's gone. Who else was on here that I've got samples from? There's Tom, the Bourbon Jerk. Welcome, Tom. I apologize. I'm having trouble highlighting some stuff. I see you in the chat, but me scrolling by and finding it is another story. I like that shirt, Giddy. Dark Side of the Moon, awesome quote there, or requote, rewording, wordsmithing. Let's put it that way. Eric, I know you don't even know which samples I have of yours, and that's what I was saying earlier. Let me repeat that. I've been getting samples from people for years. Many of them I've stashed away. Some of them I've drank. So I definitely have drank some samples, but I think I have not drank more than I've drank. So Eric, I mentioned earlier, is the one who calls them little treasures, and I love that term. Each sample is a little treasure, and so once you drink it, it's gone. So it's like a bottle. I hate finishing bottles sometimes. I hate finishing samples or drinking a sample sometimes. So I'm going to grab some samples of Eric's. Let me see. Let's pull one out randomly. Give me a second. Awesome. These are great. All right. So this is my sipping samples on Saturday live stream, right? So let me check my my phone to make sure nobody's been sending me anything. Awesome. All right, Eric. So this is going to be a NASA Family Reserve 107 proof, batch 18, I believe it says. So, you know, this is Cat's Eye Distillery. They're in Iowa, NASA Family. A lot of the obtainium stuff everybody hears about. You know, the light whiskey and all that comes out of this place. This is a bourbon, NASA Family Reserve. I'm just going to pour half this guy. He's a 2-ounce pour. That's the other thing too. I say once you pour a sample, it's gone. If you get a 2-ounce one, you can get 2 out of it. Yeah, I'm not going to drink a whole 2-ounce pour, but let's see what we get here. As I'm smelling this, I'm reading Mark Emenecker's quote there, which I'd love to highlight. Actually, was that the one I had on the screen? Maybe it was. But he was saying he got the 2025 in New Jersey, bought 2 bottles and nearly killed one with the fan. So, yeah. The 2025 won my blind flight tonight, guys. So, all right. So this is 107 proof. Without doing a Google search and all that, I don't know anything else about it. I mean, I know it's a bourbon because that's what Eric would have said otherwise on his bottle there. I think they do have some rye and some other things, but he just said a 107 or Family Reserve 107 proof. Well, there we go. Sugar Kitty's telling me. It's bourbon with a little bit of light whiskey mixed in. So it's an American whiskey. Well, now I will tell you, there's some samples I keep because they're unique and I'm just waiting for the right moment to try them or whatever. And there are some samples I keep because I have them already. I mean, sometimes when people send me random samples, I already have stuff. So let me see if I can dig this out from the right place. This is going to be, if I get this will be a win for me. So I have, and I'm sure I told Eric this. Two NASA Family Reserve bottles here, okay, that I've never opened. That's why I probably hadn't drank it. And one of them is an American whiskey, NASA Family Reserve American whiskey. That's what Sugar Kitty's talking about. So this is a blend of stuff, probably including some light whiskey. But my other one here is NASA Family. Oh, I don't even know what I have. This is NASA Family Reserve rum. So 107 proof. So I've got a rum. So, all right, Sugar Kitty for the win. So I'm sure what Eric sent me is the American whiskey, which has some, yep. And Eric actually said it also. So it's got some light whiskey in there. So I think one of the reasons I had this sitting on the shelf and hadn't drank it was I have a bottle. I just haven't opened it yet. So, so I'll try this sample first. I don't know what I'm pulling out on the nose. I'm taking some deep noses here. The 107 is not kicking in. It's not overpowering me. There's definitely some flavor there. It's not like I'm taking deep noses because I'm not smelling anything. So I don't know what to say on the nose. It's interesting nose, but I'm not calling anything out. Nothing's popping to mind. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, Eric. I'm just looking at the video on the screen. Is that rum that much darker than the whiskey? Let's move these around. Let's switch them and see if it moves with it. Holy mackerel. Look how much darker that rum is. That's crazy. This is nice. The I don't get any oak here at all. It's all sweetness, and it's a good sweetness. I mean, it's what do I want to call this sweetness? Yeah, it's brown sugar. I mean, it's not creme brulee. It's not white sugar. It's brown sugar sweetness. Spiciness is great. The mouthfeel is exceptional. Definitely above average mouthfeel. The heat on the finish is nice. It actually stays in the mouth more than the heat does than going down the chest there. I like that. It's nice. All right, somebody's asking about the bottle. That's Richie Z. Yeah. I think this most definitely is MGP, Richie, but distilled. Oh, this is the rum. Because this is distilled in the Caribbean. So what the? Okay, that's the rum. This print is so small. And the script you see on there, not all y'all can see that script. It's all scripty on the back too, and it's difficult to read. It's small and scripty. But I have my bottle is batch 15, so obviously I've done multiple batches. They're batch. They're not single barrels. And what I'm tasting from Eric is batch 13. He actually wrote the batch number on here, which I didn't notice. Batch 13. NASA Family Reserve. So not the same bottle I have. All right. Should I do another Eric or a Troy for Baker Drinks, people? We've got 15 minutes left. I'm sure I can do one or two more samples. Anybody have a preference? Another Eric Cabernet or a Troy? So I've got both. I'm going to leave Joe out of the mix at the moment. So Richie's saying he loves the Cast Obtainium, especially the older ones. Yeah, I've got some older Obtainiums, Richie, and they're very nice, very nice. So. All right, Troy. Okay, I've got the YouTube chat over here, which is live, and I can see things happening. I've got my StreamYard and Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs. Got my Streamlab chat over here where I have to highlight people and stuff. And this one is not, I guess it's staying where I'm clicking and whatnot, so it's not scrolling. So I got to watch both. So everybody's saying Troy. Troy. All right, I've got at least 2 sample packs from Troy that I have won recently. So I was just looking at these earlier. Well, hell, I got one right here, so I'm not going to look for the other one. Let you all pick. I've got an Old Forester Statesman, which I have a bottle of. So Elijah Craig Ryder Cup 2023. Have not tried that one. That's just, it's not cast or anything. It's 94 proof. Regular Elijah Craig. Old Forester 1924, 100 proof. He doesn't say which batch it is, but it's probably this year's batch. Could be last year's batch. This is amazing. Love it. Barrel Bourbon New Year 2023. Oh, I have not had anything like this at all. Is Troy still here, by the way? Everybody voted for Troy. Because I'm grabbing this New Year's bourbon. So that's what I'm grabbing. So all right. So what I have here is a 2023 New Year from Barrel, 113 proof. So, which is nice, going up in proof here. I'm only pouring half this, but I'll probably. I don't usually keep these half pours. I'll probably drink the rest of it here tonight. Ryder Cup. Oh no, who said this? Sure, Kitty. The Ryder Cup might be nice, but oh yeah, compared to the first 2 bottles, yeah. There we go. I agree 100%. So all right, so we got the Barrel New Year's 2023. Which I don't know anything about. So, other than it's 113 proof, just knowing Barrel and really liking Barrel. The last few batch. Well, I don't have the newest batch 37, but and I have batch 36, but I haven't cracked it yet. So hey, there's Ernie. So Ernie is another person that I have a bunch of samples from Ernie. So we'll get to him. Pappy Van Brewbaker Maker. Cheers. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down and to highlight you, Ernie, but I am technically challenged when it comes to highlighting things. Maybe that's it. Maybe I have to unhide it first, and then I can scroll down. I think that's it. Maybe that's the trick. See, I'm learning. This is a learning experience for everybody. Hold on, I missed a big chat there from Sugar Kitty. I'll get back to you, Ernie. Generally use MGP for everything. No, yeah. That's what I was going to say. They use. Hold on, you're talking about NASA. Yeah. They use MGP for everything. I was talking about Barrel. So Barrel typically uses 3 blends or a couple of blends. A lot of it's Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, but they've been branching out. They've got Maryland, New York, stuff like that. But Ernie, like I say, he's another person I can grab some of his samples. There's a bunch of what's Richie saying here? There's a bunch of distilleries nationwide. Oh, in those New Year's. See, I don't know anything about the New Year's. So it's not like some of their other ones which just have 2 or 3 blends in it. Or it seems like 3 is their norm. They've got some other ones in there. It's New Year's. So Joe the Sample Guy, I see you there. Welcome. Cheers. Everybody make sure you hit that like button. hit that bell notification so you get notified I'm going live. I'm going to be doing this hopefully once a month. Eventually, maybe more than that. We'll see. Starting at once a month. So, all right, nose on this 113. So I have been going up in proof. That's kind of one of my plans here. Wow, the proof is not. I'm taking deep noses of this one also, and I edit them out of my videos all the time. And my wife and daughter laugh at me, but I mean I cough a lot on it. I mean, when it comes to a first sip of the day, first whiff, first pour of the day, it's like it's like, you know, once that's gone, that's it. It's like one a day. I am taking some deep whiffs of this barrel, 130, and it's not, the proof is not kicking my ass or anything. I don't want to use the word lighter. Fruitier, I think. It's got some fruit now. This is new tonight. I'm getting some spice on there also, but I'm getting some fruit and some spice. So, what year is the barrel, Richie? 2023. Yeah, if you want to Google that and put the specs in the chat, that would be awesome. There's Wayne Arnold. Hey, Wayne, welcome. I think I double clicked again. I think things may be lagging, and I'm impatient on the click. Maybe that's the whole trick there on the click. Awesome. Yeah, Wayne, welcome aboard. Everybody's on this ship together. This is my very first live stream ever. So, public live stream ever. So, using it as a test bed to figure some stuff out. Oh wow, spice on this is awesome. Good mouthfeel. Great the spice coverage. I mean, covered my entire mouth quickly, and it's a cinnamon spice, so there is a little bit of sweetness there too. Not drinking 113 proof, I would say. The spice lingers. The finish is long. This is a nice pour. So I'm getting a little bit of fruitiness on the finish too, and it's almost like a grapefruit, which is kind of like a sour citrus kind of finish. All right, Richie is giving the specs here. I'm seeing some other names there. Chill Will Rocco, welcome. Love seeing you. All right, Richie, let's get his specs on the screen here. MGP, Kentucky, Tennessee, plus what sugar he said. All right. Very nice. So the Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee is what I'm used to saying. I don't know who's the one that said from all over the country. So that may be in question at the moment. Ohio. Okay, Ohio. There we go. Awesome. Middle West, Finger Lakes, Maryland, Sagamore. So that's kind of the all over the country, right? If those are in this. Well, if it's any indication to you people, this is the, it has a drop left. This is the only glass I've drained. That was delicious. Even my heroes over here that I've sampled, I've still got stuff left in the bottom of these glasses. And what was the NASA from Eric? I've still got that left. This glass, I drained it, so delicious. Yeah, so Middle West, I've had the pumpernickel rye from Middle West. That's the only thing I've had from there. I don't remember if it was the cast strength or non-cast strength. Finger Lakes, I don't think I've had anything from there because the only I've had a couple of New York whiskeys, but Sagamore from Maryland. I've got tons of Sagamore, double oaked, crazy good, love it. I've had their sherry finished. I've had a couple of finishes of theirs. Their Laranja finish, or VDO, whatever you call it. Even their cast strength is, I know it's changed a little bit here and there, but I mean, I've had that. So the Sagamore I've had a lot of. Middle West, very little. Finger Lakes, I don't think I've had any of, because the only New York I've had is now I'm drawing a blank on some of this stuff. So what's my time? I'm getting close to my time limit of it. I have a self-imposed 1 hour time limit. I think I might be going over that. There's one from New York City. Hold on. Let me read the chat over here. There's one from New York City. What's that distillery? No, not Whistle. And then I've got McKinsey, and that's not Finger Lakes, right? That's somewhere else. So I've got a McKinsey Bottle and Bond, and I've had the drawn a blank on the other one, the one that's Kings County. Sure, you got it. Kings County. So I've had Kings County. I've had the McKinsey. So I do not think I've had anything from Finger Lake Distillery. Whatever they make, I've never had it before. So if it's was in this blend, don't know. Hudson Bay, I've never had Hudson Bay. And I see Peter White's in the chat. Welcome, Peter. There's some Vermont. That might be somebody else, I guess. But welcome, Peter. Yeah, Kings County and McKinsey I've had from New York. Finger Lakes, I've not had any Finger Lakes. So, and it's crazy. McKinsey is Finger Lakes. Okay, so I've had Finger Lakes. There we go. It's funny, the Finger Lakes, or the McKinsey that I have, the McKinsey Bottle and Bond, I bought it purely off of the recommendation of the Bourbon Junkies. Scratch that. Hold on. That's not right at all. The Bourbon Guild, which is now Curiosity Public mostly. They were in love with the nose on the McKinsey stuff. So I went out and found a McKinsey Bottle and Bond. I mean, they ranked it high on multiple blind tastings and all that thing. It fell through for me. I went out and found bought a bottle, and I see Richie Z saying Taconic is another New York. Yeah, I haven't had that. Hill Rock. I've had some Hill Rock. I didn't. Are they actually distilling there, or are they just sourcing? I don't know. Hudson. Yeah, no. But anyways, I've got a bottle of the Mackenzie Bottle and Bond. It's not my favorite. So, and I bought that purely off of the Bourbon Guild / who's now Curiosity Public recommendation. So, all right, I've hit 8 o'clock. I can see I'm over, but let's do one more final pour. Send Dunny says hit that like button. Absolutely, Dunny, love it. Everybody hit that like button. Hit the notification button if you haven't. You're obviously subscribed already. Who's saw a note? Something's flashed by there. Eric Mace, Taconic does some good things there. I've not had any of the Taconic. So, all right, let me do one more. Since Eric's still here, let me do another Eric pour. I've got Great Lakes Distillery, Dirty Helen, and I've got Bullet Bourbon Blenders Select Batch 1. Let you guys vote on that. The Bullet is 100 proof. The Great Lakes Distillery Dirty Helen is actually 125 proof. So that's probably where we're going, I think. So Dirty Helen. This is Great Lakes Distillery Dirty Helen barrel strength 125.4 proof. Let me get a fresh glass over here. Oh, hold on. We got some bullet vote that we didn't get. We got no votes for the Dirty Helen. We got the bullet votes. Bullet. So this is a 100 proof Bullet Bourbon Blender Select Batch 1. So I think, if anybody have any idea how many? I'm unwrapping the bullet, by the way. Anybody have any idea how many batches they've had of this, the Blender Select? Because it's 100 proof. Yeah, it's funny because Bullet is odd. They don't like to go cast strength. I don't know why. And they've got these Blender Selects. They've got this. They've got that. I've actually done 2 picks at Bullet now, and they proof them down. I think it's more than 100 proof though. They go to like 104 maybe or something like that. So this is the Bullet Blender Select Batch 1. Now, up until the last couple of years, nothing coming out of Bullet was their own stuff. Everybody knows that, right? Excuse me. Everybody knows that. And I believe Eric sent me this at least a year ago. So this is probably not their own stuff. So the stuff they had 2 years or longer ago was coming out of somewhere else, aka Four Roses, right? Everybody knows that. So, and even in any rye they've got is MGP. Let me change this. Okay. See, I'm figuring this out. So if I highlight something, I've got to unhighlight it, and then I can scroll. So that's good. Figuring this out. So Richie says he had a bullet strength. Barrel strength is perfectly good. Now hold on. Was it barrel strength? What was the strength? What was the proof on that, Richie? because they don't like to do barrel strength. All right. This one is definitely messing with my nose more than the last couple. Sorry, somebody just. Oh, there we go. Eric has actually texted me the picture of this bottle. Blender Select, very special bottling, Bullet Bourbon, Frontier Whiskey, Blender Select, straight bourbon whiskey. Yeah. Bottled by Bullet in Louisville. Definitely was not distilled by them. Does it say? Nah, I'm going to quit looking. Eric, does it say where it was distilled? Was it in Kentucky or was it in somewhere? I'm sure it was Kentucky. Actually, it was probably Four Roses. So. I totally agree with you, sure, Kitty. I've let me get this down. I think I've got this figured out here on how to unselect and scroll. The I totally agree with you. They still use the 10 recipes, but they're not Four Roses anymore. They're very, very, very remarkably similar. I actually asked this. Like I say, I've done 2 barrel picks at Bullet, and I asked this exact question. I'm like, y'all have 5 mash bills or 5 and 2 what are the yeast strains or whatever, these 10 recipes. It's like, that's like exactly what you had it with Four Roses, but you're all saying you're not for, and they're like, yeah, we're different now. That's exactly what they said. So like for instance, the last barrel pick I just did was supposedly the yeast strain gave off a jackfruit flavor. So, I mean, that's like one of the rarest ones they have. So, jackfruit. So, everybody, a lot of chat going on here. What's Wayne say? I think I double clicked. I think. Oh, come on. Is it that much of a lag? Norseman didn't know Bullet was Four Roses. Well, Wayne, Bullet used to be Four Roses. They used to be a non-distilling producer, NDP, and they used to get their stuff from Four Roses. But they're not NDP anymore. They've been distilling their own stuff for the last 6 years. 8 years. I don't know what the cutoff is. So anything older than that point is not their stuff for sure. But anything newer than that could be their stuff. So, for instance, just this year, they came out with and I have a bottle of it. They came out with a bottle of something. I think it was a bottle and bond. Was it something? It was their own distillate. It was the very first one that was their own distillate. So, great stuff. But yeah, so Eric's reading the fine print here. Just says limited mingling of 3 of our distillates for a unique character. Okay. So that's what I'm sipping on. This is spicy. It's delicious. know I've been going up in proof. What was the last thing I drank? The barrel bourbon, 113. This is spicier than the barrel New Year's was, and this is only Bullet Blender Select. This is only 100 proof. So man, that seems impossible, doesn't it? That barrel New Year's was not kicking in. This Bullet Blender Select is spicy. It's nice. Drinking over 100 proof for sure. The barrel was drinking under 100 proof for sure. Hey Stacy, cheers. 4-Leaf Whiskey. Peter White, Dave Vogelsang's here, I guess. So welcome everybody. Just getting ready to shut this down. I did a blind flight of the 1783 American Heroes editions, 2023, 2024, 25. You go back and watch it, but my first place winner was 2025, which was a fresh crack tonight, and it came in first. 2023 came in second. 2024 was third place. And since then, I've been doing some samples. Chris Tats, all the way from Australia, awesome. Welcome, man. But that's my goal here. I know my video may be choppy for some people, may not be. I don't know. I think the audio is good, but I got to work on the video. My goal here is to start this my very first live public live stream. My channel is almost 5 years old. This is my very first live stream, so it won't be 5 years until October. So it's 4.5 years old. Let's call it 4.5. But yeah, I plan on starting to do a live stream monthly at this point, on Saturdays, probably a little earlier in the day. I don't know how that sits. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out the time frame, and I'll figure out whether it's the first or second Saturday of the month. But I'll lock in eventually. I know YouTube algorithms love repeatability. They love you to have a schedule, and that has been something that I have never had, is any kind of a schedule. Right, so my videos come out sporadically. I just wing it and do whatever. So we'll see. But I'm going to try to start doing a live stream every month. I may miss a month here or there, as things come up. But I'm calling it sampling. No, I'm calling it sipping samples on Saturdays. Thanks, Ernie. Appreciate it. But my goal here is to open some samples that people have sent me, and try to go through some of these. So managed to get through 2 of Eric's tonight, one of Troy's from Baker Drinks. I've had a lot of samples sent to me over the last few years. I have drank some of them. I haven't saved them all away, but there's been more that I've saved or that I have not drank than I drank. So I need to just start going through these. So I hear you, Sugar Kitty. Everybody loves a good schedule. I just got to lock it down to a first or second Saturday of the month and the time. Tonight I went at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's probably later than I actually plan on going. It's going to be 5 or 6, and we will play this by ear, but love it. All right, let's see. There's some quick repeats here or reviews here. Richie's saying everybody send more samples of DMC. Dave Vogelsang's talking about the NASA Family Reserve. That was a nice pour. Ernie Brubaker Pap, what's his name now? Changed his name. Pappy Van Brubaker. I have a whole box of samples from you, Ernie. So I got to get you on here. Chris Tads has some samples. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Let's get everybody on here. Let me start going through samples. I mean, I'll probably do just like I did with the, I did a flight of this guy. I'll probably do something like that every month just to get it going and then finish it up with some samples. And I'm not locked into just 1 hour. Tonight, my goal was no more than 1 hour. I didn't know if anybody's going to show up or not. So appreciate everybody showing up. That's great. Everybody hit that like button. But I know everybody's already subscribed or you wouldn't be here. So love it. But yeah, send samples, send blind flights. You got my email is in the video description, prescriptionbourbon@gmail.com. You know, if you want to email me, talk to me, you want to trade some samples, let me know. Anything you've seen me review that you've not seen or don't, I can send you. I can send samples out easily. We can swap samples. You can send me a blind flight. Love it. All right, let me get off here. Let me read some more things here. Bigger Drinks is live in a little while. Absolutely, Richie. I think I'm overstepping right now. I did, like I say, I'm later than I wanted to be, but I'm overstepping the syndicate right now. The bourbon, not the bourbon, the syndicate, and also I think the Turks are on Big Vic's right now, so I've gone a little long. So everybody, when you leave here, go to Big Vic's, check out the Turks on Big Vic's, and tell them I sent you, man. So love it. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down. Appreciate everybody coming in. Great first stream. Happy with it. Thank you.